Notice how Shahr Ramadan comes and we fast the entire month. How we restrict our food and our drink, how we place so many constraints upon our desires. And yet despite all of this struggle, we still emerge from the holy month feeling completely renewed, with a sense of peace, of sakina, of transcendence, of calmness. It's as if all of the heaviness of the world, all of the problems that we were dealing with before the holy month arrived become so small and manageable. What changed? This is really one of the beauties of the holy month, because it shows you what can happen if you can just quiet the desires a little bit. Your entire life will be transformed. If you just quiet the appetites of the nafs, if you just discipline the body, you begin to see your true strength. And Ramadan helps us do this because it tells you to fast from that which is most fundamental to your life, food and drink. We can all break our fasts very easily. We can just take a sip of water. No one would know. Right now, we can open the fridge and have a bite, and yet we don't. If we can forsake something as fundamental as food and water for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, God shows us how much more we can forsake of our attachments to this dunya for the sake of our own souls. So that when Ramadan is complete, you feel a renewed sense of power over your body, over yourself, over your desires. Imam Ali alayhi salam says, how often does the fasting person gain nothing from their fast except for thirst and hunger? This shows that this isn't just about being hungry and thirsty. There's something much deeper than that. Imam Ali alayhi salam says, fasting of the heart is better than the fasting of the tongue. And the fasting of the tongue is better than the fasting of the stomach. This shows us that there are 3 levels to the fast. The first layer is the very superficial layer. You fast from food and water. This is what we all do. But there is a deeper layer, the second layer, and that's to fast from what you should not see, to fast from what you should not hear, to fast from what you should not say. The fasting of the limbs. So now there's an akhlaqi dimension to fasting. Yes, backbiting is haram, music is haram, even outside of Ramadan. But in Shahr Ramadan, there's a specific injunction to pay very close attention to our senses, to not let anything enter the self that is harmful to it, that is not beautiful. And then we finally arrive at the third layer, the deepest layer of them all, which is the fasting of the heart. When the heart fasts from all which is not Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that's the deepest level. This is where we understand truly La ilaha illallah. And it's difficult to comprehend, but it's to truly detach yourselves from the allurements of the dunya, the distractions, to accept Allah's qada and qadar, to be at peace with God's will. This is the fast of the heart. So when we are fasting, this is what we should be seeking out, not the, don't talk to me, I got a headache, I'm fasting. Imam Ali alayhi salam asks Rasulullah in this holy month, what is the best act for us to do? And we have a lot of amazing amal, as you know. During this month, we have Dua Jawshan, Dua Abu Hamza, reading the holy book, Laylatul Qadr. But the Prophet responds, Al-wara' an maharimillah. Abstain from that which God has forbidden, meaning the haram actions. If my heart is plagued, how can I receive? How can I pour light into my heart if it is closed? So you must fast. In all of our other amal, we are doing. When we pray, we are performing the prayer. When we are giving charity, we are giving. When we are doing dhikr, we are in a state of doing something. But with fasting, it's the opposite. We are refraining. We are abstaining from something. That is why the Prophet says, Al-wara' an maharimillah. Refraining from transgressing the limits of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's about not doing. It's about refraining. Oftentimes in our spiritual journey, we're looking to add something. What can I add? What can I do additionally? When the beauty of Shahr Ramadan isn't in what you are able to add, but in what you're able to subtract, how deep you are able to detach. This is what you want to emerge from Shahr Ramadan, having worked towards a heightened sense of self-mastery. Dunya becomes smaller in your eyes. It becomes easier for you to turn away from it because the chains upon your hearts have loosened, even if a little bit. Ramadan is that training camp, but for the soul. Through it, you find the strength to overcome yourself. Ilayki anni ya dunya ghurri ghayri, Imam Ali says. He speaks to the dunya, he says, seduce another. Not me, I've left you. This is the sort of striving, the sort of fasting that we are all aspiring towards in this holy month. A fasting from that which is much deeper than food and water. The fasting of the limbs and the fasting of the heart. from all that is not Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.